I sat down at lunch and there was this guy who came and sat down with me, my good mate. And I'm like, yo, it's so good to see you, bro. I dab him up and I have all this energy, but he just doesn't have the same energy. And in my mind, you know what thought plays? Or does he even like me? All this stuff. Even though I know we're good friends, even though I know we speak a lot, because that's how people feel when you're low energy. They start to think that the other person doesn't like them. Now, there's no wonder that he doesn't have a lot of energy because I swear that guy only plays Clash and only scrolls reels. If you're going to bed late every night, you're super sleep deprived and you never, like, you're always on your phone, then it's going to be hard to bring that much energy when you're at school. And so I'm going to share with you in this video a few things that have really helped me and why I think gaming is such a bad option. And just hear me out. You can probably still get away with gaming, but I'm going to share with you why that thought is the very thing that's actually holding you back in this video. I'm Finn, and I help young guys make better friends. By the way, I've got a course, the link in the description, but let me move on for now. So, I got real sick a while ago, and I started playing Clash again. Clash Royale. You probably heard of this popular game, everybody's been playing it. I want to share with you what happened though. Instead of me going through the day and having like my thoughts on things that I really enjoyed, like tennis. I mean, like, bro, come on now. I love boxing. I love like going to the gym. Tennis, it's all right. It's pretty good. But like, instead of having my thoughts on really positive things, I had my thoughts on like, Hog Rider, 2.6 cycle, and all these nerdy things. I'm not saying that playing one game of Clash is going to kill you. But what happened with me is I started getting into Clash, and throughout the day I would be thinking about it, and I would be like kind of successfully holding off on playing it. But then at dinner, I had a sugary dessert. I was on a clean diet, but breaking this like sort of slowly cracked my willpower, because then after I had that dessert, I went and I played Clash until like 2 a.m. in the morning. Now, a lot of people might not be like this. They might have amazing self-control. But every now and then it leads to a huge like crack in your life where you just like screw everything up and you stay up really late when you weren't supposed to. It happens to the best of us. But then the next day, I felt like this guy from the first story. I didn't have any energy. I didn't want to speak to anybody. I was sad. Like, I just didn't want to be around other people. So this is my lesson to you, bro. Maybe playing like 30 minutes or 15 minutes of video games a day isn't bad. But the thing is, it's never 15 or 30 minutes, especially if you're like me. It always leads, like every now and then, it will be like one big night where you just fuck it all up and you start playing, like, that's the way that I am. Sometimes I just fuck up and I stay up playing games way too late. And it has such a big impact on your social life. I want to tell you the story of when my dad took away my gaming PC. I used to be really into gaming, and I had this like proper setup with this huge like widescreen monitor. You see, one day, I think I did something wrong. I can't even remember. Maybe I got really bad grades. And he was like, nah, I've had enough. And he took away my PC. He took it all away. Now, what did I have to do? It was just the start of the summer break. I had no idea. I had nothing planned apart from a few friends who I would hang out with every now and then. So I was pretty much in the worst state of boredom that anybody could ever put me in. Do you know what I did, bro? I started to go every single day to the gym, to go swimming, to go play basketball. There was this area, look, I am lucky because I lived close to this area, like this sports area. You can go and there's a lot of people. It's like a social like area where there was people my age, right? I know that I'm lucky that I had that already set up, but there's no reason why if you didn't just like do a quick search, you couldn't find like a gym that there's people going to or like a sports facility or a health club, because those are really good places to like speak to a lot of people. I mean, like just find the place where your age group is though, of course. But the point that I'm making here is I had to replace my gaming with something. I didn't know what to do. I'm not going to sit around on my couch and stare at the wall all day, am I? So then I went to this like facilities area every single day, basketball, swimming. I had to replace it with something. That's what happens when you delete video games. Most people don't have the ability to like genuinely delete it and leave it for a while. And that's the problem. If you had the ability to just delete it for like 1 or 2 weeks, or 2 weeks, genuinely, by the end of that second week, you would have had so much like mental energy to put towards something that you could have already gone the right foot and started like that momentum where you start becoming a way, way, way better person so quickly. I mean, that summer holiday was a magical one for me because this one day I was like, of course I was bored at this time, so I was trying to hang out with as many friends as possible. I messaged this one guy who normally we don't get to hang out when we're at school because he has like brown parents, but he was my good friend. So we met up, we went to play some basketball. He's a very busy guy, so we were having a great time. I was lucky to have a good friend, but I think everybody has like 1 or 2 friends that they like have, but they don't realize that, oh, you could actually invite them to hang out. But I went to hang out with this guy. He introduced me to this new guy. So then this new guy, I want to share how quickly this snowballed into me meeting a shit ton of people. I met this one new guy who introduced me. We like planned like, oh yeah, we should hang out again. We hung out a few times. Then he introduced me to this other guy. Now, by this point, we just gone to movies with like a group of girls, which was pretty cool. Like, I was a very young guy, so I was like, good fun, good experience. And then the best thing that happened was this guy, his friend was hosting a party, and I just asked him like, yo, can you get me an invite, bro? He got me an invite to a party with like 50 or 60 people. I'm not joking. I made an entire new friend group that I would go out with every single weekend for months. And I had that was genuinely one of the most fun periods of my life. I think that I've developed so much as a person. Everybody would be like, wow, you're so different. But I had such a good time when I was younger in that friend group. People were really nice to me. I spoke to everybody. Like once I got into the friend group and I started getting invited to everything, I felt valued, bro. I felt like the GOAT. But that only came to me after I quit video games, which led me to go reach out to a friend. And then my friend introduced me to one guy and I kept like speaking to new people. If I had my focus on video games, I wouldn't have wanted to meet up with him. I wouldn't have been able to like, go travel that far away. Like it would have been too uncomfortable for me. But since I had the time to spare, the effort to put into it, that led me to meet hundreds of people. That is probably the most like that. Going to that party is one of the most life-changing moments for me. I know that I've become a better person, but my whole story is based off how when I was younger, I was like a bit of a troublemaker and I was this really social guy. Then I went to boarding school. And then when I went to boarding school, I struggled again. So I had this like double improvement stage of where at first I struggled to be social, then I made it work, and then I had to do it again in boarding school. This is my story. And none of it would have happened if I didn't quit video games. Thank you for watching this video, bro. If you want to know the full method I used when I'm like trying to become more social, you want to know the in-depth stuff, I've got an amazing course. It's deep, it's like full of good detail. Click the link in the description. Thank you for watching, bro. Have a great day.